What is good, y'all? SGG Game. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another episode of the Detroit Tigers rebuild, baby. And I hope you guys are enjoying the episode. I love the love that you guys are showing, man. Keep leaving those likes. Keep commenting down below what you guys think of the series, any feedback that you guys have. And of course, I'll try to ask more questions, get you guys more involved throughout the series too as well, to give you guys things to comment about, right? So here today, what we're going to be focused on is trying to get closer to September call-ups. But as you can see by the record, we are 72-38. We are actually a very, very good team here in year 2, which means we're going to slow down the end of this season just a tad to go in and focus on the playoff races, because it's not just us, it's our minor league teams too. But let's go ahead and get a sneak peek and see how close we are and just exactly how good we are. 15 games over the Guardians, 16.5 over the White Sox. And you see we're going to focus on his elimination numbers. How many games have to go by before we officially start knocking people out of the race for the division? So to get to that point, you see the Mets here are not really that good. Baltimore's a good team. Pittsburgh's under 500. Oakland's under 500, and St. Louis is pretty good. So what we'll do in this episode is at least try to get to that St. Louis series and focus primarily on the Baltimore 4-game series here that we have on the road. And so that's just one of the easiest ways that I think we could go about getting a couple games knocked out, slowing the season down a little bit while still getting through it pretty quick. Because once again, I don't believe this is a Super Bowl year, but only time will actually tell when we get to the postseason. As you can see, we split the first 2 games with New York. They ended up taking the first one 2-0. We get 6 hits here, but not able to really capitalize on anything. Luis Severino, pretty good start, just no offense to back him up. And then the next game, we end up winning 9-5. The offense finally wakes up again. A couple 2-hit games there. Colton Wong actually hit a home run in today's game. And Spencer Turnbull, only 2 earned runs, 5 runs given up. So not a good start at 3 innings, but we got to do better defensively and offensively as we bounce back with a 6-1 win. So that's another series victory. You know, that's been very prevalent in this series so far. Riley Green with a 3-for-5 day at the top, 2-for-4 for Akil Baddoo as well. So we get 10 hits as a team. Akil Baddoo, Jake Rogers, and Miguel Cabrera actually getting home runs today. Look at the backups coming in and showing in some work, getting a couple solo shots, and then Matt Manning, a great 7 innings of work. We'll occasionally pop back into the standings and check those out here and there as the episode kind of goes along. So with us starting out with Baltimore, we have 4 games to get through. I thought, why not go ahead and player lock a couple of these bad boys and start out with some guys that we haven't shown all season because they've been kind of slacking a little bit. We're going to start that off today here with Javi Baez, batting .276 this year, seeing some of his progressions go down, going up in the contact right, clutch, discipline, but everything else basically is going down. It's a worse season than he did last year. Average-wise is better, but power is down, extra base hits are way lower, stolen bases are up, and actually his fielding ability actually has gone up a little bit too. So there's potential trade value. Keith has been doing his thing down there. He's officially 2 overall points better than Javier Baez. So with the position maybe being open next season, maybe we trade him in the offseason. I don't know. Let me know down below. Do you guys think it's a good idea to trade Baez in the offseason? And what kind of feedback or what kind of trade should we be looking for? Another veteran, some more prospects? And if we're looking prospects, we going infield prospects, pitching prospects. Let me know down below what you guys would look for as tisk. Unlucky there on that one. Lining that one directly to the third baseman. There was a good swing, just right at somebody's glove. So we come up in the top of the 4th here. The game's tied 2-2. Facing up against Grayson Rodriguez here today, as Baez has been up and down. I mean, he started out the beginning of the year around the 240 range, so he's caught fire here late. And we're looking to see if we can ride that hot streak, as unfortunately it looks like an unlucky streak, as another liner perfectly timed up and hit right to somebody's glove. We'll have to go to the bottom or top of the 6th here with the chance, though, to take the lead. Runners at the corners, 1 out. A sac fly can do it. Just don't ground it to a double play here. 0-2. And in the dirt, catcher will go ahead and stop that one up. So we come back 1-2 from Rodriguez, and he gets him swinging. And he will go down on strikes, and unfortunately not much highlights there from him, as Baez was not able to put together anything. This game ended up going into the bottom of the 9th where they walk us off against Jordan Hicks. Once again, just not enough offense. 2 runs is not going to do it. We got to at least score like 3 or 4. Like, we have the offensive firepower to do it. Only 5 hits today as a team, and 2 of them were Kerry Carpenter. So at least he showed up today and felt like he wanted to play. I think he did a solo home run as one of our only runs of the game, his 9th of the season. Casey Mize, great start. Just once again, we were not able to go ahead and put runs up for him. And speaking of Kerry Carpenter, has stepped into the starting role pretty nicely. He's one of our young outfield prospects. Well, not prospects, but starters. I think he's only 25 years old. He's batting .284 in the starting lineup now after we made that move to send Austin Meadows away. If you guys missed that, make sure you guys check out the previous episode so you can see who went down in that trade and who we got. I'm telling you, it's a really good trade, so you might want to go back and check out the last episode. But Kerry Carpenter has stepped in and been a great starter in his place, and we know he has some power here. This one's going to go deep out to left field and get tracked down just in front of the warning track. Not able to make anything happen there. And he would fly out a lot in this game. Just getting a lot of stuff up in the zone, just not enough power to get him out of here. Top of the 6th, we're up 3-1 though with nobody on. That is a line shot into the outfield. Getting down in right center field gap and it'll bump up against the wall kind of hard. We're going to go ahead and try to round this with 55 speed and see if we can get there. The cutoff throw to third base, and we slide the wrong way. If Kerry Carpenter slides to the left instead of the right in that situation, I think he might even be called safe. But unfortunately, we lose this one in OT. Alex Lange came in and just couldn't hold it. We also couldn't get him enough offense. I mean, 3 runs you would think is enough, but we really got to start scoring more than that. We are capable of scoring more, especially with 9 hits. A lot of guys left on base. You see Eric Haas with a 3-for-3 day, 2 RBIs for him, getting up to 44 on the season. A great game from him and Badu hitting their 14th and 12th home runs. Joey Wentz, a great start, 6 2/3, 3 earned. I'm not that mad at it. Now, one man I am mad at is the dude that I thought would hit me at least 25 to 30 home runs. That's CJ Cron at my 4th spot. Batting .240, only 16 home runs. He's second on the team behind Jonathan Scope, who has less power than he does, I might add, on both righties and lefties. So I'm kind of disappointed in the season he's put up, and with Spencer Torkelson down there waiting, who knows until his time is up and we trade him too as well. He's on a pretty short deal, 4 years, $6 million a season, so it's not going to be a huge thing to offload. Like Baez is, I think, 3 more years at $23 million, so it might be a little bit harder to trade him. I might have to be a straight up release. But in this game, he's not doing too good either. We go top of the 8th. We're up 4-1 though. Dean Creamer is in the game with a runner on first base, and so far CJ Cron is 0 for 3 on the day. Ooh, gets a 4-seamer right over the plate. Chops it foul, comes back 0-1, gets a hanging breaking ball, takes that one long gone. It is a 2-run home run as that thing is gone. Number 17 on the season for him, and he gives us a 6-1 lead. That was a long shot. The curveball just hung up there, perfectly timed up, and we finally get to see what that power of CJ Cron can look like. And I don't know, maybe we keep him around. Maybe he can get a bounce back year next year and get a little bit more value. Or maybe we trade him right now. Who knows? It also depends on what happens with Miguel Cabrera if he decides to retire. But look at the beautiful swing here. Knowing it's gone straight off the bat, it's got to feel good. 435 feet, as that is way up there in that first row section. Now, thankfully, though, we're able to go ahead and it looks like close this one out. I mean, we have enough offense as long as Jordan Hicks, one of our clutches relief pitchers, doesn't give up something here late. Looks like we'll at least get one more bat, though. Top of the 9th, 2 outs. We're at second base, so we can still extend this a little bit further for him. I'm all for it if we can. I would love to see another home run come in here, but I doubt they'll leave me another breaking ball. Joe Jimenez is on the mound now, 13 pitches in. As we go to the 1-2 count and we get a base hit into the outfield. Now they're going to go ahead and try to test this on. That's Matt Verlaine going to the plate. Slides in time, save. Just barely got around the tag there, and we do extend the lead 7-1. Eric Haas up next with the 1-2. You know we're not stealing with that low speed of CJ Cron. He'll just grind it over to first base, take it himself. And we will go ahead and go take this thing to the bottom of the 9th, in which case Jordan Hicks does end this one out for us, and we win 7-1. Jordan Hicks does get in a lot of work, too. You saw he pitched game 1, multiple innings. Pitched game 3 here, multiple innings. And we have seen various levels of production. Javi Baez struggled. Kerry Carpenter struggled. CJ Cron actually turned up for us in this game. And we were able to at least get this series to a point where we could tie it tomorrow with a full game. As Luis Severino gets the win, he's 11-7 on the season. 7 strikeouts here today in 7 innings. Great job working there. Jonathan Scope, a 3-for-5 day to go along with 2 hits from Verling and CJ Cron. Home runs from Verling as well with 13. Haas is 15th. And then Jordan Hicks, 2 innings of work, 2 strikeouts. As we go to move into full game season. See, we're moving pretty quickly through this Baltimore series as we have a chance to tie this up. And this is against the AL East leading Baltimore Orioles, I might add. They're, I think, 2.5 games above the New York Yankees right now. And we'll show like the rest of the league standings, but we are one of the best teams, not only in our division, but in the league. And I failed to realize how strong our team actually is when it comes to everybody else in the rest of the league. Now, you see Bobby Miller making his 2nd start, so maybe a late season call up here. He's got a 2-2 record, 3.2 ERA, so maybe he was actually just a long reliever that they're letting get some starts in now, maybe either due to injury or he's performed well enough to work his way into the starting rotation. But he'll be starting here today. And I'm going to give you guys a little precursor of what we're about to see. This is probably the angriest game I've played in my life. This boy, Bobby Miller, I do not ever want to see again pitching. I don't want to see any of Baltimore's pitching after this game. But we'll go ahead and get things kicked off here with Colton Wong at the leadoff spot as we had to go ahead and mix things up in the lineup. A lot of people were tired for this game. So Colton Wong is leading off in this game. I believe I put him out in the outfield today at center field. Kill Badu, though, still in his number 2 spot. He was tired. We just moved him to DH, and he grounds into a double play. And when you tire that 81 speed, really more like 51, as he's got at first base. 2 quick outs and Jonathan Scope up next. Looking to try to not end this inning 1-2-3 as far as 1-2-3 pitches. And he works a 3-1 count after that foul ball. Fouls off yet another one. You see that 4-seamer is hitting 100 miles per hour. And then pitch number 8 of the inning, a little 4-seamer there, also hitting 99 right to the second baseman's glove, unfortunately. And on the mound for us will be somebody we haven't seen much of, Spencer Turnbull, whose position on the team also is in question. He's been holding it down, though, pretty solid. 23 starts, 3.73 ERA in 130 innings. He's struck out 92 and has a whip of 1.3. So not a bad starter at all. He's been pretty solid. I think a very good number 3. The question is, do we let him leave and go sign somebody else until our minor league pitchers are ready? Because none of them are even close. You know, as far as the guys that we drafted, they're all still at AA. I mean, there is Jackson Jobe, who is actually the same overall as Joey Wentz. So, I mean, it kind of depends on what I see in spring training, whether I'll bring him up or not. But here you see a quick little ground ball out as this inning is not going as easily and smoothly as Bobby Miller's is. 3-1 count here, right back to Adam Frazier as he ends up losing him and he walks over to first base. And next is Adley Rutschman. 2-2, 13 pitches through the inning already, and we got yet another full count here. We got to hope that we can slow this down, because if this gets to a 20-pitch inning, it's going to be pretty bad. But there is the double play that we needed to go ahead and get out of here. Pretty good start to the inning there, as we were able to go ahead and keep things pretty scoreless here. Just kind of a little bit of back and forth between two pitchers. A pretty long first inning, so they're looking to shrink things down the second time around. There's a quick strikeout there and a pop out that will get gloved in by the ranging left fielder. Going and coming in for that one, Javi Baez up next. Chops this one on the ground over to third. Gets it over to first base for the easy out. So a nice quicker paced inning there for the Orioles that time around. Now it's up to Spencer Turnbull to kind of keep things going. Here's this going to be a liner just in front of the glove of Carpenter. But we got to find a way to win this ball game, man. We want to tie up this series. We got to show that we can win against other good teams. We might be saying that, you know, our good season could be because we played all bad teams. We might just be a step above them. So we got to prove that we can beat actual other playoff contenders. I mean, this is a team that we might end up seeing in the postseason. If we can't win a series here, how can we hope to win it in the postseason? That's why I say I don't know if this is our All-Star or our World Series year. As you can see, we go down quickly, 1-0 here. Cordero up next. Get him swinging through there for the first out of the inning finally after back-to-back hits. But that runner is still at second base. A great scoring opportunity for them. We get Andrew McCutchen chasing that slider low and away. You know we love that strikeout pitch. Now 0-2 here to Colton Cowser. We're going to get him on that four-seamer inside. Round this over to Miguel Cabrera playing at first base. Takes it himself, and we're going to go ahead and move and skip ahead to the top of the fourth. Still not getting much offense of our own here, as that splitter was really catching us off guard here today. 82 miles per hour on that, and then coming back with 99, almost 100 mile per hour four-seam heat. It's impossible to keep up with it. You see we pop out over the third that time. Jonathan Scope looking to have some better success with it. 1-0 here. Gets a changeup over the middle, or splitter over the middle. Grounds us over the shortstop for the out there. Not enough speed to get it moving. As he's the only one still playing today, as he is still tired. We try to move things around, just don't have enough people on the bench. So September call-ups are going to be really clutch. So one thing I have noticed is a lot of our players are very tired. Having to do constant drastic subs here late in the season. We definitely don't want to do that in the postseason. So September call-ups should really help out with getting everybody more energized. As Carpenter swings and misses through that pitch there for the strikeout, getting the fifth inning started the same way the fourth did. Liner here by Baez, though, finally getting another hit. At this point, I had to start wondering if we were even getting hits. We haven't been held to a no-hitter, but it seemed like they've come very few and far in between, as we haven't been able to string them together. So let's see if we can get something going here with one out now. 52 pitches through the way. Bobby Miller leaves a splitter up in the zone, and Miggy's going to get that one down. Back-to-back base hits for the first time this game for the Detroit offense. And maybe they've woken up a little bit. Nick Madden, who's 1 for 1 on the day. A chance with runners at first and second. Gets an opening pitch splitter. Chopped on the ground. Wasn't able to see it that well. Remember, that 82 is coming in very, very slow. And the slider is not coming in any faster at 85 either. So all the rest of his stuff was pretty slow other than that four-seamer, which when you see 100 miles per hour, it's kind of tough to be able to just sit back. We got a 1-2 count here after swinging over the top of that splitter. In the dirt, though. Takes the one in on the kneecaps. Able to look around it. 2-2. Gets the perfect curveball. Times it up that time. We had seen nothing but off speed, so we decided to go ahead and sit back and risk it. And the risk was worth it. Nick Madden's 6th home run of the season. The untimely hero hits a 3-run blast out of here as we're going to go ahead and take a 3-1 lead in this ball game. 428 feet. We all knew that one was straight out of here. That curveball just broke so beautifully right over the middle of the plate, perfectly timed up. And now with a little bit of offense going, let's try to keep it moving here. As backup catcher, Jake Rogers is in the game. He had to play yesterday too. Apparently, it looks like 2 for 4 with a home run in yesterday's game at catcher this time around. Getting a base hit up the middle to keep what looks like this inning going as we go back up to the top of the rotation. Bobby Miller maybe starting to show a little bit of cracks. 1 out. Colton Wong grounds us over the ground. We'll go over to shortstop for 1, back over to first base for 2. So he's able to get out of the inning with only giving up 3, but that gives Spencer Turnbull a nice little lead to kind of work with here. And work with it he will. Gets a nice strikeout there to start out the bottom of the 5th. Andrew McCutcheon up next, 0-1. Flies this one out to CJ Cron playing into the outfield, and he gloves this one. And next up is Colton Cowser. Yet again, 1-2. Chopped on the ground over to Cabrera just like he did last time. Nice, quick inning, 1-2-3 right there. And we're going to go ahead and stay with Spencer Turnbull as he's looking to hold this lead and try to give us as many innings as possible. Only 1 earned run, but the pitch count is up there. So I'd love to see him at least make it through 7 if possible. As long as his pitch count doesn't get too high. Grounds this one on the ground to Jonathan, who will come in ranging, throwing off balance. Got him at first base. Great throw. Adam Frazier will be up next. 2-2 count. Runners nobody on as he watches that slider almost at the ankles. 3-2. Do we answer right back with another one of our own? We get a 4-seamer on the hands, which he misreads. Probably could have walked if he did, but Colton Wong messes up the play. Terrible job there with the play. He could have did a jump throw or something, but instead he ranges too far, tries to catch his balance and throw it instead of doing a jump throw to get more accurate. Runner gets on first, but we're able to answer right back with a strikeout of our own, though. So I will take it, but I would have loved the jump throw there. You got to attempt it. Give yourself a chance to make the out. If the error happens, at least nobody's on base. He just goes over to second base. So Miguel Cabrera will be up next as he goes ahead and hits one up the middle. As we skip ahead, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And we're looking to try to get something going off the bullpen now. Cole Irving is in the ball game for him. But we're looking to get a little bit more insurance run here as Nick Manton gets this one down the line. It'll get down in the corner. Bump up against the wall. The outfielder will go ahead and glove it. Throw will come in, and Miggy just has no speed. So it'll be a 2-out double. That puts us in a great position here with Jake Rogers now coming out to lead this up. And we would love a clutch at bat out of him as he gets a 4-seamer about chest level. Swings through it. 1-2. Gets another one off the plate. If this one can fall, it'll be 2, but it will be gloved in by the right fielder. Great play. And we'll have to go bottom of the 7th. Still only up 2 runs here. But Spencer Turnbull, 84 pitches in, still getting strikeouts. High heat, too much for him. And we go ahead and wrap it up. 2-1 count here to Diaz. 1 out. Chops this one on the ground up. Baez, who will come in, glove it. And that's when you set your feet and throw. No need to be off balance on that one. We make an easy play. Cordero up next, 0 for 2 on the day. We would love to go ahead and get him out here and call it a ball game for Spencer Turnbull. 7 innings, 94 pitches through. He's thrown a lot here today and not that many innings. I would love to get him into the 8th if that pitch count wasn't so high, but we'll have to go to the bullpen out of this. If he can get out of this, Baez will not be able to grab that one, so Carpenter will have to come in and make the play on it. And I'm just hoping he can get out of this inning. Unfortunately, we will go to the bullpen, though. Ronaldo Lopez, 55 games this season, a 2.51 ERA. And 52 strikeouts in the work that he's been able to do. We want him to go to close this one out. Pitch count was getting up there near the triple digits. He just gave up a base hit after a long at-bat. I did not want to give up this lead, especially with Andrew McCutcheon coming up, as he has been clutching his career, so it isn't beyond the realm of possibility that he can hit another 2-run home run here to tie this ball game up. So with a 2-0 count, Ronaldo Lopez will be in charge of trying to close this one out. Gets him to foul off 2 back-to-back, and we even things up. We look for the slider low and away, and we get him to go after it yet again. That's the second time he's fell for it. This time he tried to check it, just not enough to go ahead and call that a check swing. And we'll go bottom 8 now. No more offense for us here today as Jonathan Scope, he chokes. Had a great play to make there. He just whiffed at it as it goes right over his head. Great chance to make a play, but was not able to be successful with it. So I would call that an E5. Runner gets over to first base. And thankfully, we're able to answer right back with a quick pop-up, though, to the 9-hitter Ortiz. And it'll be Cedric Mullins up now. 0 for 3 on the day. Let's try to make it 0 for 4. As he does represent the tying run at the plate. No call on the curveball that basically was sitting on a shelf on top of the strike zone. So 1-2, you know it's bad omens when you don't get that strikeout. And I don't know why Jonathan was so close to the line. If he's playing normal depth, that's probably an easy ground ball, but he looked like he was hugging the third baseline. I don't know if that has something to do with the shift or whatnot, but he definitely wasn't in that spot as Baez goes ahead and catches this pop out in shallow center field. And 2 quick outs. Adley Rutschman up next. And we're looking to try to close things out here. 1-2. Popped up. Jonathan a chance to make a good play yet again in foul territory. Can't get over there in time to reach for it. So we'll go ahead and set things back up 1-2. It'll go right back to him though. Broken bat. Ground ball out there. And we'll go ahead and pass things off now to the closer, Alex Lange. 33 of 35 saves this season. Has looked very good. Very impressed with everything he's been able to accomplish. And we're looking for him to come in and try to get us another save here this ball game. First person he'll face here, though, is Ryan Mountcastle. Going to the bottom of the ninth, they have 4, 5, and 6 set to do up. So, I mean, this is a good part of the order to want to come up when you need 2 runs here. At least it's not the bottom part of the order. And they'll be looking to see if they can get something going here. Great dive from Jonathan. Throwing as he's getting up, and he makes the play at third base. Excellent play. That's probably one of the best defensive plays I've seen Jonathan make. And then right after that, we get a 1-pitch ground out to Baez. And so far, it's been a very quick inning. As you see the stretch by Miguel Cabrera, still got it in him. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Frenchie Cordero's up next, and we're trying to get this thing done in 3, but couldn't get it. Now you see Alex Lange leads the American League this year in saves with 33, 2 above the next closest person, which I honestly didn't even know that he was leading the league in that category. And go ahead and make that lead even bigger as this is save number 34 with the ground ball out to Jonathan Scope there. We're able to make the final play and move on as we go ahead and tie this series up at 2-2. Great game, though, from the team. You know, it was looking pretty bad there at first. You know, we were very off balance. We were not scoring a lot. The hot heat mixed with the splitter and the slow breaking pitches was really getting us off guard. And all it took was one mistake curveball to go ahead and put this Tigers team on top. The pitching staff really held it down. Spencer Turnbull's 8th win of the season. Really proud of him. 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts on his way to a victory here. As you see, Nick Madden, 2 doubles in this game. Got his 9th and 10th, 6th home run. Scored all the RBIs. He was basically effective for all the offense today. A third of the hits came from him. Miguel Cabrera got the other 2, and Jake Rogers got 1. So half the hits from backups. And then Spencer Turnbull, 6 2/3. We know what he was able to do. Ronaldo Lopez, great hold for the game. And a great team win. We're able to go ahead and be successful in that. Now we will just basically go ahead and simulate things all the way through the next couple of series. As you see, we win this game here 6-5, as I think they wanted me to come in and just get a 3rd home run. Not going to be bothered with that. Spencer Torkelson will go down with an injury, and we sweep that 2-game series against the Pirates. So go on a 4-game winning streak coming into Oakland. Extend that to 5 with a great 13-6 win. Then we bounce back, losing 2-3, but I had to come check this out. 17 hits as a team, 4 for 5 day for Riley Green, 3 for 5 for Jonathan and CJ, 4 RBIs for Green and CJ, both hitting home runs too as well. So I don't know if those were 2 grand slams in the same inning, but we scored 8 runs in the 5th, and you know the rest is history after that. Joey Wentz, a great start, 5 innings, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts, so a great bit of pitching work there to go ahead and hold things down. And here in Oakland, game number 3, we have a chance to go ahead and close things out. Top of the 9th, we are up 2-1, 1 out, runners at first and second, and we are trying to look to close this thing out with Alex Lange yet again. He's allowed 2 base runners on, so we're trying to get out of this jam for him. As you can see here, first pitch is taking over the plate, pops this one into shallow left field, but dude's going to go ahead and come out there and range to his left, grab it. Not enough room to go ahead and make a move to move on up. So it'll be 2 outs, runners will stay in place, and it'll be up to Denzel Clark, who's 0-4 in the day. Great person to want to try to face with this, and we'll see if we can get him out of here as that knuckle curve. Great break on that one, called strike for first pitch. Second one, get him to chase that knuckle curve low. Third pitch, why not? Let's go right back to it, see if we can get him to chase yet again. He does. 1, 2, 3, 1 finger down, and we got the strikeout to get him up out of here. Great way to close this one out, man. It looks like Spencer Turnbull's over there happy, so maybe this is one of his starts yet again, as we're able to go ahead and lock things up here in Oakland. It was his start. 6 innings, no strikeouts. Has me bewildered, though. 3 strikeouts as a whole team, and one of them was me coming to the game. But 8 hits as a team. You see a couple multi-hit games there. Riley Green hits home run number 18 on the season, a solo shot to go ahead and put us up. But Spencer Turnbull had no strikeouts in 6 innings of work, which is kind of troublesome, but at least we were able to get the dub. Jordan Hicks and Yamisi Garcia with great holds, and then that's Alex Lange's 36th save of the season. As we only have 1 more game against Oakland left, we end up losing that one, so splitting in a 4-game series with them as well. But we get to an 80-43 record. I gotta say that I'm happy about that one as we win this game 8-2. I want to check out the box score here. Only scoring 2 runs is not good. Matt Manning, a pretty bad start, giving up 5 earned runs through 5 1/3 innings, and Tyler Alexander didn't make it much better, giving up 3 more. But at 80 and 43, you can see we are increasing our leads, and those elimination numbers are getting lower. 14 games until the Royals are out, 15 to the Twins, and it's just a basically 3-team race between the White Sox, Guardians, and Tigers. But as I look around the rest of the league, I noticed that we are the only team to have over 80 wins. In the American League, we're the only team with over 70. In the National League, it looks like there are 5 teams over 70, but nobody quite at 80 yet. So we're the first team to hit 80 wins, best record in all of Major League Baseball, which made me want to come up here and check out the stats, the team stats. You see we're number 1 in batting average, batting about a 280 here. You go look at that bats, we're number 1. Runs as a team, we're number 6 with 579. Hits, we're number 1 by a good margin. Doubles, we're number 3. Triples, we're number 1. Home runs, I knew we probably weren't gonna be that high in this one. I wish we had a little bit more power, but tied for 10th isn't too bad. RBIs, we're 6th with 574. Stolen bases, we're doing pretty good at as a team. You see slugging percentage, we were number 1. Errors is something I wanted to check on, so the fielding percentage basically. I know we were probably giving up a lot, but we're actually middle of the pack, top for 16th, so I couldn't be mad at it all. Go to look at the pitching stats as well. We're 7th in team ERA. So as a whole, top for 2nd in saves. Both sides of the ball are playing great. The pitching staff, the bats are good. We're 9th in runs allowed, earned runs allowed. We're tied for 8th, so even better with that. Home runs allowed, we are about middle of the pack at 15. So not too many things to say that we need to work on. Now, of course, I want to go ahead and talk about guys that could be coming up due to September call-ups. Spencer Torkelson has been playing phenomenal. He's up to a 70 overall now, batting 285, 19 home runs, seeing great progression across the board. +4 contact right, 3 contact left, 5 power right, 2 power left. I think it might be almost time to call him up, and that might spell the end for either Miguel Cabrera or CJ Cron. Dylan Dingler is actually having an on-fire season this year. Maybe he'll earn his beat potential back, batting 271, 6 home runs. Keith Clemens, you see, at 15 home runs, 107 hits, is second on the team behind Spencer Torkelson, batting 338 though, so not as many at bats. He's missed a couple games, but +9 to his contact right, +2 to his power right. He's been looking very strong, +2 to his vision, which was already in the 70s. Fielding attributes are getting better, so I think between them two, both actually starting to play good now. That could spell the ends for not only CJ Cron, but Javi Baez too as well, which both those guys are struggling and not putting up the numbers I thought they would. Very contract friendly things to get out of though. 4 years, $6 million for CJ Cron. Somebody could easily eat that money. And then Javi Baez will be a little bit tougher here. He's batting 266, 11 home runs, not as good as last year, but 4 years, $23 million is kind of tough to get out of. And then I wanted to check AA too, because with them going up, some people could be up for AA call-ups. Jace Jones has been doing good. Jace Jung has been doing pretty good. Maurice Jones has looked strong. I just don't want to mess up his development. At 71 overall, batting 292 this season, 3 home runs, 32 ribbies. And don't forget he's been hurt too as well. And taking a look at a new prospect, center fielder Drew Jones. He's seen good production as well, but has been struggling since we made that trade for him to come over to our team. So maybe I need to adjust the lineup, get him in a better position to do better. As we go and look at the pitchers too, Jackson Jobe has looked pretty strong. 17 of his 24 starts this season have been quality. A 3.10 ERA, 1.19 WHIP. Wilmer Flores has looked pretty strong as he's seen some development points go up to a 70 overall. Then down at AA, Jason Shilley. He's still doing his thing. He's seeing some development, just not pitching effectively at all. 5 of 20 games have been quality. James Conley, very good, I think, free agent pickup who could make his way up to at least AAA, maybe even the majors if he keeps playing good enough. And then there's Leo Franco. 14 of his 22 starts. So you see Brennan Hanafy, he's actually doing a little bit better as far as the quality starts, but he's seen good development. He's up to a 64 overall now the best AA pitcher overall wise, with B potential, still plenty of room to grow, but seeing great things from his per nines going up and a great season overall. That's led the AA team to not only be only 5 games back, so they could be looking at playoffs. The Bud Hens are the first in AAA, and of course we're leading at the majors. So a lot of good things coming towards playoff time. As their seasons come to an end, we'll definitely make sure we take a look and stop at their playoff races and see what they do. But let me know what you guys think of the episode, man. How you guys are enjoying it. Do you like the pace of this one? How we kind of slow down, focused on the series. This will be more of like what it's looking like when the team's actually good long term. So like this is what the start of the season would look like. We'd go through 2 or 3 episodes to go through a month basically to kind of focus in on certain series, key games, division rivalries, and stuff like that. So this is what the normal pace will be like once we've settled into a role of being good, which might very well be next season. If we can prove to get onto another hard start next season, we might slow it down a little bit earlier and not focus so much on the draft because we might have the pieces we need. A couple of guys are going to be called up here soon for spring. Let me know if you guys are excited to see them up. And comment down below what players specifically, which 2 players would you bring up from either the AAA or AA rosters to the Major League roster during September call-ups. I'll be looking for those comments. I'll give you feedback, and I will also chop it up with you guys down below. But it's been your boy SGG, aka SmooveGotGame, the king of games, aka GM Smooth. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I hope you guys are ready, because next time out, we'll be getting into September call-ups. Peace.